Hello, hello, it's Friday. Welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie. Welcome to my sewing room. It's Friday Sews. It's Friday. Back at ya, visiting, talking about sewing, life, whatever. Got a fan going. Does that bother you? It's a little hum there. It's so nice, this little bit of breeze. I probably don't need it, but I'm gonna leave it on if that's okay with you. Sorry about that. Maybe you don't even hear it. Okay, enough of that. Let's talk about sewing. So I'm wearing another 6775 by New Look. And I'm sorry if you're tired of this dress because I can't get tired of it. I just can't. So I hacked it. I mean, I really hacked it. So I was looking at this Butterick and I talked about making 6959. It's for woven, crepe, linen, challis. Not this pattern's for knits. This pattern's for stretchy. And this pattern is 6775 New Look. So what I did is I just kind of copied the idea. I didn't take the pattern pieces out and use them. I didn't even try. I just decided to do it myself and try to do this effect. And oh my gosh, I did so many variations and I apologize. I filmed none of it. I was just in my element having fun, you know, playing puzzle pieces. I originally wanted it just like this with the 1, 2, 3. I was doing no sleeves, so I didn't worry about that. But I didn't like this piece, the one that's on the hip, because from the side view, it just looked like, oh, I don't know, it just looked weird. Like this little, I don't know, hump bump and then the stripe. So from the side view, I didn't like it. From the front, it was okay. It was just okay. And then I started thinking, really, to make this great, this piece, this extra piece needed to be super flowy. And so I added more to it. I mean, I must have done this 3 or 4 different times. And each time it changed completely. I learned a lot and I caught myself on a lot of almost major boo-hoos, uh-ohs, because let me just walk you through it. So here's my pattern. I always trace my patterns onto pattern paper. So what it has is, let me get this undone. I get these from Waywack, punch a little hole and hang it in my closet. That's just how I do it. So you have a back, you have a front, they are cut on the fold, you have a neckband and an armband. Armband, neckband. That's the original pattern. So I just took a pencil and I drew what I wanted it to be. And then I cut this piece and this piece out and I added a seam allowance, but only to these 2 parts, not to the side seam because that already had it. So I did the front, back, and the front, and I just matched it because they're actually very much the same. So then I ended up with all kinds of funky pieces that I didn't use. Like this was going to be my front of the main fabric. Man, that just did not work out. I really ended up cutting a whole front and then cutting out the pieces I wasn't going to keep. This was the one I ended up using. This was the one I ended up using. One of these. So this one was the 2 pieces put together. I just did not like the 3rd piece, so I made one. And I think this is the one I ended up with. But to be honest with you, I'm going to model this dress. Oh, I'll just model it right now. So here's what I would do next time. I would make this, I would cut this open the middle. See, I did that. I cut it open the middle and made it bigger. I would like double that so that that whole side thing is just like a big extra piece. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm still kind of designing in my head. And let's see, once I did that, I started thinking there's no end to the color blocking on this dress. I already like the dress. I could do scrappy ideas where you just color block. And so I went on Pinterest and I'm looking at color block dresses, and it was interesting. And so I'm still playing. It's kind of fun, you know, to just kind of create. I mean, isn't that why we sew? You get to pick whatever you want. And I love the mix of these fabrics. I also love that I put it on my neck and armband. Isn't that cute? It's not stretchy, but I didn't need it to be right there. So a little stretchy, but not too much. This is more of a slinky fabric. And I didn't want it stretchy there because then it ends up, you know. So I have more ideas I want to try because I love this dress. I can wear this dress every day. Flip-flops or sandals. It's a great dress, nice and cool for those hot days, which we still got quite a few of. And I love the idea of using up some of my scraps. So stay tuned. I'm probably going to do it again unless something just takes my fancy and that happens. So that's my sewing. I don't really have any other plans except to play some more because I just had so much fun doing it. I just turned on my music. Okay, a question. I do books on tape. I almost always want if you're British, I almost always want a British accent. Love Australian too, but American, ugh. That's us. The one I'm listening to in this moment is American accent, but I will almost get a book, whether I like the story or not, for the accent. I love listening. I feel like once I'm stopping for a moment and reading that book that I can now talk that way, but I cannot do an accent at all. So that's hilarious. So do you like to have silence? Do you listen to books on tape, radio, talk shows, or music? I do music and books on tape. So you never know. But they're kind of part of my dress. The story that I'm listening to is part of my dress. I'm going to tell you an author I've found that I like. I love storytelling, where it's like about the characters. More than anything, it's about the characters. And if it has some history in it, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, even better. And lately, it's like, ends up having some romance in there, and I just don't want to hear all that. Sometimes it's got foul language. I don't really want to hear that. Like, I'm just kind of getting picky in my old age. And I just want clean, interesting people. Can we have that? So I come across this author. I'm just going to tell you who it is. You probably already know her. I think it's Lynn Austen. Let me find it real quick. Okay, found it. It's Lynn Austen, and she is a Christian storyteller, and her books are great. The first one I listened to was If I Were You, British accent, and it was very interesting, set in World War II. I knew very little about World War II, so it was a very interesting topic to hear, and she did it so well. But the star of her writing is the story. It's just all the characters are super interesting. So I don't know, am I selling you an author? Let me know if you like it. I do. And so mostly I'm a book on tape, but I do like music too. Just sometimes it gets old. Okay, so I don't want my whole video to be about that. Come on. I think since my last video I went to the fair, which I didn't really go to the fair. I said I might not go to the fair. I didn't go to the fair. I didn't even set foot on the fair. I went to Girlfriend Day, which is at the trailer park, you know, the camping trailer park next to the fair where they had their trailers, and we had Girl Day, and it was so fun. We ate, we went swimming, and then they got dressed up to go see this band that they like, that plays, and I just went home to my dog. If you know, you know. I had to go home to my dog. That's just the bottom line, you know. My little doggy's getting old, and I just don't like to leave him for long periods of time. And it's too hot to bring him anywhere, and, you know, it's not fair to do that to him, so I'm always like, I gotta go home, but I can't say, unless it's somebody who gets it, I can't say, I gotta go home to my dog. They look at me weird. Do you think that's weird, or do you know? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, so fair. Hubby did really well. He had a great time. He loved connecting with all the people. There was a lot of people that want to hire him to take pictures. Loved his work. As an artist, it's great to get that feedback. I showed you he won some ribbons, but he just had a great whole 4 days. The whole 4 days. He was really tired, but he had a great time. And people are actually calling him, which is rare in our business to have people call you. You usually have to call them. So talked about the fair, talked about my dress. Now I want to talk about my new toy. I'm so excited. Honestly, this kind of goes with the fair theme because last year I took my trailer to the fair with my girlfriends and I rented a golf cart. And I think that was my favorite part of that whole trip, was just riding around in that golf cart. And ever since that moment, I have wanted one. And I just got one. So it's been a year in my mind. And oh my gosh, it is perfect. It's just what I wanted. I read some articles about electric versus gas, and it just seemed to me that with my hills, because I'm on the slopey, that the gas would have more oomph. So I was happy that I found a gas powered. Also love that my back seat folds down into a flatbed so I can put things on it and work on my property. You know, when I want to take something, you know, from the garden out to the, you know, discard area, I can just put it on my golf cart and just run it out there. Got it yesterday. Oh my gosh. And I have to say, back to my doggy, he seems to love riding in it. Like, he just seems like really happy riding in that golf cart. Oh my gosh, it's going to be our thing. I'm telling you right now. So I have visions. I'm telling my poor husband, I'm telling him we need more, you know, golf cart lanes and trails, and how about over there and how about over there? And he's like, oh my gosh. He's like, stop. It doesn't fit everywhere. There's just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I can tell you right now, after just having it one day, we're going to need more places to go. Yes, because we have the land. It's just not tame. It's not tame at all. So I am going to take you on a golf cart ride to finish this video. Would that be okay? And if you want to see more of that, come find me on Facebook and come find me on Instagram and Facebook. I put it in my stories. There's an account I love called My Everyday Wife Life. Hello. If she's watching, I'm going to mention her. She has a YouTube channel and she's a doll, just a doll. And she's in Florida and she posts her golf cart rides. Another person taunting me to make me want my own. So I've got it. And I'm going to be sharing it because it's pretty cool to just ride around. I need twinkle lights. I'm going to buy some headlights. I need to get some cute seat covers. I'm not going to totally glamp it up, but I am going to make it somewhat mine, right? Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's going to be great. So let's go for a ride, and I'll just say goodbye and thank you so much for watching. And I appreciate you so much. Love you in the comments. Please leave me a comment so I can visit with you. Come find me on Instagram, also Facebook. And soon I think I'm going to add TikTok. I do have a few things on my TikTok, but I'm going to start adding there too because I love looking at TikTok, so I'm there anyways. Why not post some stuff, right? So come find me, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. That helps me with YouTube, and hit the like. Okay, let's go for a ride. Bye now. Oh my gosh, that was rough. What do you think, Buster? Little bumpy?